Today we are going to discuss questions on statistics. And statistics includes mean, median, range, standard deviation. All right. Let's start. First question. First question, Alia. Could you read the question for us quickly?
Yeah. So the average arithmetic mean of 7 numbers in a certain list is 12.
Stop right there. What information can you gather? 7 numbers average 12. What does it imply? You have 7 numbers that have an average of 12. What is the sum of these numbers?
7 into
Number of terms
12.
into
Yeah.
average. So sum is 84. Go on.
So the average of the 4 smallest number in this list is 8.
So what is
So
their sum?
first 4,
So what is their sum?
8 into 4.
4 into it, which is 32. Let's say this is A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So A plus B plus C plus D is 32. We know one more relation, that A till G is what? A plus B plus C plus D plus E plus F plus G is equal
84.
to 84. While
While the average of the greatest 4 numbers in this list is 20.
so we are assuming that this is the smallest and this is the largest, so ascending order. Okay.
Yeah. So that's 80.
D, E, F, G, while the average of the 4 greatest is 20.
Yeah.
The
So
number of
that's 80.
terms into average. 4 into 20 would be the sum. What to do after this? There's 1D coming here. This D. What to do? This is equation 1, 2. If I add both the equations, what will I get? A plus B plus C plus how many times D?
2D.
Plus E plus F plus G is equal to, what's the sum? 80 plus 32, 112. And you have one more equation which is A plus B plus C plus D plus E plus F plus G is 84. Can I subtract? And why am I subtracting? Because it has A plus B plus C, E plus F plus G, A plus B plus C, E plus F plus G. So if I'm subtracting,
We'll get the value of D.
from the left hand side, I'm getting 2D minus D, which is D. And here, 112 minus 84 is what? 28.
Yeah.
So if I know the value of D, which is 28, and if this whole value is 32, what is the sum remaining? 4. If D is 28, what is the remaining sum? 4. Similarly, if the sum of the last 4 numbers is 80, out of which you know 1 is 28, so what about the rest? 8t minus 28, which is 52. Question is asking how much greater is the sum of the 3 greatest numbers. Sum of the 3 greatest numbers is 52 than the sum of the 3 smallest numbers. What is the sum of 3 smallest numbers? 4.
4.
So 52 minus 4 is what?
48.
48. So this is the answer. I don't think it was that difficult to solve this question.
Yeah.
Sir, 80 minus 32 directly will give the answer 48.
80 minus 32. Yes.
Single step.
Yeah, that is also true. The 80 minus 32, yes. So even if you are not making this, what he said is also true. Because we need to find the sum of the greatest and the smallest, right? So
D
even
will be
if you're,
cancelled.
excuse me, even if you're doing 2 minus 1, you'll get D plus E plus F, as in D will get cancelled. You'll get E plus F plus G minus A plus B plus C, which is 48.
48.
Yeah. True. Correct. Go for this one. Suresh?
Sir,
Yeah, go on.
A group consists of both men and women. The average arithmetic mean height of women is 66 inches.
Okay. So,
Let NA
so women average height, I'm writing 66
and average height 70
inch, let's say inch per person.
person.
So women height 66 and the average height of men
Is
is
72.
70.
72.
Hmm. So number of samples will be in persons, right?
Yes.
Inches per person, so persons. Go on.
And
If the average
average
height
height of all the people in the group is 70.
so combined, if we combine all those people,
70. Okay.
70. So what will come here?
4,
What will come here?
2. 1 is to 2.
So women is to men is how much?
1 is to 2.
Question is saying what is the ratio of women to men? Women to men. 1 is to 2. Not that difficult. You just have to identify this correctly. What is average and what is the number of samples? Good. Astha, can you go for this question?
Yes, sir. A certain list consists of 21 different numbers.
Hmm.
If n is in the list and n is 4 times the average
Just-
of the
Just a sec. So n is one number, so rest of the numbers would be n1, n2 till n20. Okay.
if n is in the list and n is 4 times the average of the other 20 numbers.
Just a sec. 4 times the average. How will you write the average of the other 20 numbers?
n1 till n20 divided by 20.
What did you say? N1 till
1 plus
n20
n20 upon
divided by
20.
so 4 5s are 20. So n1 till n20's value is 5 times of n. Now what is the question saying?
N is what fraction of the sum of the 21 numbers in the list?
So we need to find n upon n plus n1 plus n2 till n20. Do we know n1 till n20 in terms of n?
Yeah, 5n.
So n upon n plus 5n, which is n by 6n, which is nothing but
1 by 6.
okay. Did you solve by the same way?
Yeah.
Good. Tanisha, explain this question.
Okay, Aman. In a certain archery contest, archers are rewarded a different number of points for each arrow, depending upon the accuracy of the shot. If an arrow hits the bullseye, 10 points are awarded. The result for each archer are shown in the table, but the
The
value
results for one archer is shown on the table.
is shown in the table, but the values do not include her bullseye.
Okay, so
The
number of points for bullseye was 10. We do not know the number of arrows, let's say X arrows. Okay.
Yeah, if the average score per arrow is 6.
So average is equal to sum of all samples divided by the number of samples. How many samples? See, the question is saying average score per arrow. So samples would be arrows, right? Number of arrows.
Sum of all arrows. So it would be weighted average upon number of arrows, which is equal to 6.
Yeah, number of arrows would be 1 plus 1, 2 plus 3, 5 plus 6, 11 plus 8, 19 plus 2, 21 plus X. And
Yeah,
here it won't be weighted average, it would be sum of all samples. Sum of all samples. What is sum of all samples? 0 into 1.
1 into 1 is 1.
3
9, 30, 56, 18, 10x. Yeah.
So 0, 1, 9, 30, 56, 18, 10x. So 10 plus 30, 40 plus 56, 96 plus 18, 114 plus 10x. So 114 plus 10x. You solve and get the value of x. So 1
26.
plus 6x is equal to 114 plus 10x. So 10x
Yeah,
minus 6
12.
is 4x equals 12. So x comes out to be.
3.
So how many of her attempts were bullseye?
3.
3. Option D. Did you solve by the same way?
Yeah.
Good. This is a question that can be solved. Palak, can you explain quickly?
The average monthly income of 4 workers is $200.
Let's say W1, W2, W3, W4 is. So what will be the sum? If the average is 2200, I'll be using this more often. Sum is number of samples into average.
8800.
So sum of all the workers' salary is number of samples into average. 4 into 2200, which is 8800. Move forward.
After one worker's income increases by 25%, the
Let's say,
new
let's say this worker's income increased by 25%. So W4, 1 plus 25%, 25% is 1 by 4, 1 plus 1 by 4 is 5 by 4. So I'm writing 5 by 4, W4.
that will be 9600.
The new average is 2400. So sum will be 4 into 2400, which is 9600. And what is the question asking?
What was the original income of the worker whose monthly income increased? So
So we-
W4's
We
worker
need to
four's
find the
income.
value of W4. How to do it?
We can just subtract it.
2 minus 1. So this and this will get cancelled. We'll be left with 5 by 4 W4 minus W4. So 5 by 4 minus 1 would be 1 by 4 W4 is equal to 96 minus 88, which is 8.
800.
So W4 comes out to be
3200.
4 into 800, which is 3200. Very good. This is an okay question, I would say. Not that difficult, not that easy either. Samar, can you explain?
Yes, sir. An exam is given in a certain class.
Hmm.
The average of the highest score and the lowest score is equal to X.
Highest
If the-
and lowest. If the average is equal to X, what will be the sum of the scores, lowest and highest? If average is X,
X,
if average is X, so sum will also be X. Sum, again you're missing number of samples into average,
2X.
2X. So the sum is 2X. Yeah, go on.
If the average score for the entire class is equal to Y,
So sum of, see, this is sum of all samples, okay? Sum of whatever the samples are there is equal to number of samples. How many samples are there? This is the
average score is equal to Y.
So number of
And
samples,
there are
we do not know as of now. And there are,
Z students in the class.
the number of samples into average. Where?
Z is greater than 5. Then in terms of X, Y, Z, what is the average score for the class, excluding the highest and the lowest scores?
Okay. So this is lowest and highest. Can I say whatever the rest is, this is sum of the remaining samples? Is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
So this plus it is sum of the remaining samples. So can I say sum of the remaining samples plus what is L plus H, lowest plus highest, what is it? 2x
2X.
is equal to Zy. So can I say sum of remaining is Zy minus 2x? And how will you write sum of remaining samples? Number of samples into average. You need to find the average score for the class, average score for the remaining class. What are the number of samples for the remaining class?
Z minus 2.
Z minus 2.
Z minus 2. So Zy minus 2x. So average, remaining average for the class comes out to be Zy minus 2x divided by Z minus 2. Zy minus 2x, Zy minus 2x, minus 2x divided by Z minus 2. Option D. will be the answer. Cool. Were you able to solve this question? Samad?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good. Nupur, question number 7.
Yes, sir. Okay. The median height of 10 people is 70
Hmm.
and the average is 72.5
Hmm.
and the range is 12.
Median is something, average is something, range is something. Go on.
If a person with a height of 74 is added,
Hmm. Which-
which number will definitely change?
So we know right now that 5th and 6th values, average is what?
The average is 70.
70. If a person with a height of 74 is added, so let's say if a person with a height of 70, sorry, if a person with a height of 72.5 was added, will the average change?
It will be
No.
same.
The average will be same because the number of samples are increased.
No, because we are adding the same value, 72.5.
Okay.
That is why average will not change. But if you add a person with a height of, let's say, 70, will the average change? It will change now.
Mm,
See, average is dividing equally. I am assuming, let's say, every person's height is 72.5. Okay.
Okay.
So if I'm adding any person's height that is other than 72.5, the average is going to change.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Mean,
if a person with a height of 74 is added, which number will definitely change? Mean.
mean.
So option A, option D. Okay. Then check for range.
Range cannot be changed because if
If
just
let's
suppose,
range is, let's say, highest minus lowest, correct?
yeah,
So whichever number, let's
but
say this 74 was added, let's say it was added here. So will it affect your range anyhow?
no,
No. So range may change, but will it definitely change?
no, that is not
Not
the
at
case.
all. Let's check for median as well.
So the median is the sum of the middle two,
Hmm.
and the middle two is given as a 70. But if uh, let's suppose this a person with 74 is added, so the
Yes.
median will be the sixth value, and
Yeah,
it
and
cannot,
so
it
this
may
is
not change
fifth value, sixth value. For example,
Yeah.
if I assume these values to be 70.
both of them are 70. Yeah.
So fifth, sixth, and these are rest 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Since you are adding a person who has a height of 74, let's say if that person is added here, you'll have a total of 11 values, but the sixth value still remains the same, that is 70.
Still remains the same. So the median will not change.
Median will not. So only option choice?
A.
Option A. So whenever the question is asking which number will definitely change, you try to make a contradictory case. I was trying here to make contradictory cases. I'll not look for those cases in which it will not change. I'm looking for those cases in which it may change. Okay.
Sir, I have a question. Could you repeat why median won't change once again?
Why median won't change?
Yes.
Because this number, median will change when the middle number is changed, right? Median is what? Central value, no? So if I'm not changing the central value, so you add anything that you want to add, it won't change. So that is what I'm saying. Let's say these values are 70 and 70, and let's say this height 74 is added here. Okay. Number of samples earlier was 10. Right now it's 11. So median, what will be the value of median? The sixth value, right? And what is the
Yes.
sixth value? Still 70. So did the median change?
Okay, it didn't.
No, right?
So what about range? What if 72 is at the end?
What if? Yeah, again, the question is what if? If 74, this number, if it was, let's say the highest number was 73. If it was here, the range will change. But this number, this 74 could also be here now. Let's say maximum height was 80. But in this case, will the range change? See, please read the question carefully. Definitely change. Definitely. As in, irrespective of this value of height, the range will definitely change. Is it true? Whoever who was asking, please reply.
Also one more question.
Yeah. Someone was asking now about the range thing. Is it
Yeah.
is it clear?
Yeah, clear.
Yeah, Vatsali, go on quickly.
Regarding the average, you just mentioned like if the height which was added was 72.5, the average wouldn't change. But it's not being added to every sample, and average, like it's the number of observations will increase. So how come the average wouldn't change?
You apply the formula then if you did not understand this way. Let's say new average is sum of all samples. What is sum of all samples? Earlier it was how much?
10
Sorry.
people. Now, if a new person with the
10
same height is added,
Just a sec. 10 people with average height 72.5.
yes,
So sum of all samples 72.5 into 10, 725 plus new person's height 74 divided by the number of persons 11. Please check. What is this? Calculate. Please calculate quickly.
no, what I'm trying to say is you mentioned it, no, if the height was 72.5, then the mean
It won't
wouldn't
change.
change. That's what I'm
Then it wouldn't change because average is what? Dividing equally. So if the average is 72.5, in a way I'm saying every person has 72.5. And let's say one more person is coming having a height of 74. That means with respect to average, he has how much extra? 1.5.
No, Aman, my question here, I get what you're saying. That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking, like, you mentioned it before, no? The average was 72.5. And if a person with a similar height called 72.5 joined the team, the average wouldn't change. The average would remain the same. That's what
Yes.
I'm asking.
Yes, it will remain the same.
But how? The
That is-
sum will increase. The number of observations will increase, right?
Okay. So that is what I'm telling you. Earlier, the sum of samples was 725, correct? 10 into 72.5, which was 725.
72 to 725.
Plus, let's say the person that was coming is of height 72.5. You calculate.
Yeah.
This will be 5 plus 2, 7, 7 plus 2, 9, 797.5. If you divide this by 11, you'll get the 72.5. So is the average changing? Sum is changing, number of samples are changing, but they are changing in such a way so that the average is the same. So numerator is increased, denominator is also increased.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
So I have a general doubt. So in this question, median may or may not change, right?
Median may or may not change, range may or may not change,
May
but
or-
mean will definitely change.
Yeah, got it.
Go on, Asta. Solve this question. 8.
At a restaurant, glasses are stored in two different size boxes. One
Go on.
box contains 12 glasses and the other contains 16 glasses
So 12 glasses per box,
per box. Yeah.
16 glasses per box, so small, large.
If the average number of glasses per box is 15.
So
And-
if I have the average information, I'll apply allegation.
And there are 16 more of the larger boxes.
Okay, I'm not using this information as of now, but please tell me this average information is with respect to glasses per box. So number of samples would be with respect to
Boxes.
boxes. What will come here? 3.
3. 1.
So number of small box is to large box is ratio is
1:3.
small is to large is 1:3. Okay. What's the difference right now?
2.
And in the question, what is it saying?
16 more, so 16 is the difference.
So how
Into-
will you make this difference as 16?
into 8.
Into 8. So number of small boxes is 8. Number of large boxes is 24.
24.
What is the question asking?
What is the total number of glasses at the restaurant?
How will you find the total number of glasses? See,
Um,
one small box contains how many glasses?
12.
So 8 small box will contain?
12 into 8.
Very good. Similarly, one large box contains 16. So 24 large will
16
contain.
to 20.
Okay, so I'm taking 12 common, let's say. So I'll get 8 plus 32, which is 12 into 40, which is 480. I'm more interested in finding this units. That helps me solve this question properly. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Good. Keith, can you go for this question?
Sure, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Fiber X cereal is 55% fiber.
So I'm saying this is normal cereal, 55%.
Fiber Max cereal is 70% fiber.
Okay.
Sheldon combines an amount of the two cereals in a single bowl of mixed cereal that is 65% fiber.
Just a sec. I will solve it right away. 55, 65 difference
10,
is 65, 70, 5%.
1:2.
See, right now percent, 55% fiber. So this is fiber upon what?
Cereal.
The total.
Fiber upon total. So whatever you're getting here, you're getting the total weight. Okay. Weight
Right.
of normal box and weight of maximum as in max cereal box. So this is in the ratio
1:2.
1:2.
If the bowl contains a total of 12 ounces,
Total is 12. So normal is 1, maximum is 2. So ratio wise, what is the total?
3
How will you make 3 as 12?
multiplied by 4.
Multiplied by 4. And what is the question asking?
How much of cereals is in fiber X?
How much cereal?
4.
4 ounces. 4 ounces. Good.
Sir, I was able to solve this question, but I always get confused with the units place. Like I understand that the first two are the averages, that's why it's fiber per total cereal, and this 5 and 10, this total weight I get confused.
5 and 10? What is it?
The resultant one, 55 minus 65 and this thing. Yeah.
As in, what is the point of confusion? You need to find the difference of this and write here.
Yeah.
And for here, you need to find the difference of these two, which is 5.
I get confused the unit, right? What would be the unit?
Unit of what?
Like we are saying that it's fiber per total, right? So when we are
percentage will have no units. This is just for your explanation. So how did you calculate 55%? Let's say 55 ounces of fiber in 100 ounces of fiber X cereal. Then you calculated 55 by 100, which is 55%. So amount of fiber divided by total weight of the cereal. So this is kind of an average, and this will indicate the number of samples here.
Okay. Okay, that's it. Oh, good. It's fine, sir. Got it.
Okay, this is a question which does not take the help of allocation, but you'll have to arrange the units somehow. We'll see. Sanjana, can you read the question?
A certain car averages 25 miles per gallon of gasoline.
25 miles per gallon.
When driven in the city,
Hmm.
and 40 miles per gallon when driven on the highway.
City highway 40 miles per gallon.
According to these weights, which of the following is the closest to the number of miles per gallon that the car averages when it is driven 10 miles in the city
And
50 miles on the highway?
okay. So right now, if I said to you this is miles per gallon, if this is your average, then the unit of the sample should have been
Miles.
Miles.
it should have been gallons, not miles. If the average is of the form 25 miles per gallon, so number of samples should have been in gallons, but right now it is given to us in miles. So can you convert this information into gallon per mile?
Yes, 1/20.
See, if I'm saying in 1 gallon, you're traveling 25 miles, I need to convert this information into gallon per mile, inverse, as in 1 mile, how much will I travel? How much gallons will I use? 1 gallon, 25 miles, so 1 mile would be how much?
1/20.
By 25.
1 by 25.
So this is 1 by 25 gallon per mile. So similarly, this will be 1 by 40 gallons per mile.
1/40.
Can I say sum of all samples is equal to, since there is no average information, average, in all the last 2-3 questions, we knew this, all the averages, and hence we were able to find this. We knew this 3 averages, and hence we were able to find this. But here, as we do not know the resultant average, I'm using sum of all samples as number of samples into average. So what is sum of all samples?
1/25 into 10 plus 1/40 into 50.
This 1 by 25 into 10 plus 1 by 40 into 50. And what is the total number of samples?
60.
10 plus 50. 60.
Into average. And what is the question asking? Which of the following is closest to the number of miles per gallon that the car averages when it is driven 10 miles and 50 miles? So resultant. Okay, so this is what 2 by 5. This was what? 50 by 40. 1 by 40. So 5 by 4 is equal to 60. Can we solve? 8 plus 25 is 33 by 20 into 60 will come in the denominator. So what will be the average? 3 11s are and 3 20s are. So 11 by 400. But this average is, what is the unit of this average?
Gallon per
Gallons.
Gallon per mile. And what is the question asking?
miles per gallon.
So what to do with this information?
Reverse.
Reverse. Gallon per mile, we have found the answer. Question is asking number of miles per gallon, inverse of this value. This
Reverse it.
400 by 11. 11 3s are 33, remainder 7, 70, 11 6s are 66, so 36 point something. Which of the following is closest? Which of the following is closest? 36.
36.
Okay, so if you are able to understand the units properly, then this question will take off.
So I had an approach where it stated that we have to calculate the number of miles per gallon. So I just did total miles, which was 60 divided by per gallon. So it became 2.5. So
Yeah, I got your approach. We can discuss it later in the class. Since we are dealing with weighted averages, and that is why I'm telling you to go by this manner.
Okay.
If you have got the answer and look what you have said, you will get the answer, no problem. But let this class get over and then we can discuss in the
Okay.
later class, okay? Okay, Yasha, explain this question.
At a certain fruit stand, the price of each apple is 40 cents, and the price of
Just a second, just a second. Yeah, Yasha, go on.
Yes, at a certain fruit stand, the price of each apple is 40 cents, and the price of each orange is 60 cents.
So apple and orange. So 40 cents and 60 cents. So this is what average cents per fruit.
Yes. Mary selects a total of 10 apples and oranges from the stand,
So
and the
total number of fruits is 10, right?
yes, and the average price of the 10 pieces of fruit is 56.
56. So what will come here? 16.4. And if it is cents per fruit, then units of samples would be
Fruits.
fruits. So apple is to orange comes out to be 1:4. And what will be the total in that way with respect to ratio?
5.
You have to make a 10 from to this 5. So into 2, into 2, into 2. So how many apples are there?
2.
How many oranges are there?
8.
8.
Now what is the question asking?
How many oranges must Mary put back so that the average price of the pieces of fruit that she keeps is 52 cents?
Okay, so average that she keeps is 52. Rest, the average remains the same.
Yeah.
Apples, oranges, but now the total is changing. Why the total is changing? As in
Because
total fruits, total number of fruits is changing. Why? Because she is putting back some oranges, right? And we need to find out how many oranges she is putting back.
So the fruits can be 10 minus x.
No. You already have this information, no?
But the total fruits would be 10 minus x because x would be the amount.
Okay, just a sec. 40, 60, 52. So this is 12, 52, 60. This is 8. So what is the ratio? New ratio?
2:3.
Apples is to oranges.
2:3.
But please tell me, what was the initial number of apples?
2.
What should be the final value or final number of apples?
It should still be 2.
It should still be 2, right? Because we are putting oranges back. So
Yeah.
initially it was 2. Right now it is 2. That means the number of oranges has to be
3.
3.
So right now we have total how many fruits?
We have 10 right now.
We do not have 10
We have
right now.
5.
We have 5 right now.
5.
If we have 5 right now, how many oranges did you put back?
5.
5.
5. So this is the total number of fruits that you have, right? Initially it was 10. Based on this ratio, the value of A is actual. Hence, the value of O will also be actual. And based on this, I know that the total number of fruits is 5. And based on this information, I deduce that I must have put, or Mary must have put 5 oranges back. So 2 times I've used allegation here.
Yes.
This is guy was asking a question. I think he's not there.
Actually, it is asking number of origins.
I'm not able to hear you, Nupur.
Oh no, sir. Just that it is asking the number of oranges Mary must put back.
Hmm.
So in the previous scenario, the number of oranges is 8. and in the next case it is 3.
Hmm.
So she should, it's 8 minus 3, that is 5. Yeah.
You see with respect to total, you see with respect to orange, it will just be the same.
Yeah.
Why? Because number of apples are not changing.
Yeah.
Sir, just one question on the previous problem that we solved. So when we're trying to find the number of oranges that Mary put back, would it be based on total minus the fruit on the other side, or would it be based on 8 minus the
Why?
ratios?
Why are you complicating things, man? See, whatever this total that you're seeing on the screen, this is with respect to what the question is asking, correct?
Yeah,
You want the final average to be 52.
correct.
Based on that, the total number of fruits are coming out to be 5. Okay. Initially, there were 10 fruits. Or with respect to oranges, initially there were 8 oranges. Right now, there are 3 oranges. That means there is a difference of 5 that happened.
Okay.
That means
Understood.
he has put 5 oranges back.
Got it, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, Vivek, go for this question.
Yeah. Ashok purchased two qualities of grain at the rate of rupees 100 per quintal and rupees 160 per quintal.
So what is this 100 per quintal and 160 per quintal?
That's the price per quintal.
That is nothing but the average, no?
Average, yeah.
Okay, go on.
In 50 quintals of the second quality.
Just a sec. 100, 160. This is rupees per quintal. The number of samples
Will be in quintal.
Weight of the samples, right?
Yeah.
Go on.
In 50 quintals of the second quality.
50 quintals, as in this value, or the if this is, let's say, sample 1, sample 2. What is the actual value of sample 2?
50. How much grain of the first quality should be mixed so that by selling the resulting mixture at rupees 195 per quintal, he gains a profit of 30%.
So shall I write 195 here?
Yeah.
No, sir.
Why?
Selling
No.
price.
But
We have to
You need to
calculate
write
the
cost
cost
price.
price.
See, Ashok purchased two quantities, so he's mixing all of it. But this is everything. What we have written here is with respect to cost. This is an information that is based on selling. So selling price you have, profit percent you have. Based on this two information, you need to find the actual cost price.
195 by 1.3.
So selling price is equal to cost price 1 plus profit percent. Okay. You know this and you can find the cost price. But we have also learned the ratios as well, SP is to CP. So if there is a gain of, let's say, 30%, what value of cost price will you assume? Jyotishman?
Yes, sir.
If there is a profit of 30% on cost price, and if you were to assume a value of cost price, what value will you assume?
Sir.
Vivek?
10, right?
10. So this will be 13.
Yeah.
What is your actual selling price?
195.
How will you make this 13 as 195?
15.
You can multiply this by, you can multiply the whole, if you are multiplying the whole thing by 195, but you do not need a 13 here. You just need a 195. So I'll divide by 13. So here it will be 195 divided by, what do I want? 13. Or if you do not understand this, just a sec. If you find this TDS, how will you make this 13 as 195? So I'm saying you do 13 into 1 is 13 and 13 into 5 is 65. So 13 into 15 would be 195. Similarly, you'll have to do 10 into 15. So this comes out to be 150. What is the difference? 10. What is the difference here? 10. That means what is the ratio of the samples? 1:1. Sorry, this is 100, this is 150, so this is going to be
-50. Acha.
50. See, right now I'll not reduce this ratio. Can anyone please tell me why? I'll not
Because-
reduce this ratio.
Because original
Quintals is second quantity.
Because
And
50
is
quintals
already
is the-
50.
50 quintals is the value of my second quantity. So if this is 50 and this is 10, if this is your actual quantity, then this will also be your actual quantity. So weight of the first quality should be 10 quintals. Is this clear to everyone? We have solved this type of question in mixtures, but we haven't solved this by alligation.
So the middle value, the 150, can you explain just that part?
And Vivek, I do not want to explain. I've already explained this earlier as well. Do you remember the question? I think we have taken 2 questions such as this in the mixture part, if you remember. See, there are 2 things going. You have 2 quality ka mixture, okay, that you have purchased, as in with respect to your cost price. You are mixing both of them and you're selling that mixture at 195. Selling. This is with respect to cost. That is why you can't write a 195. And the reason this information is given is for some reason, right? And that reason is to find the cost price. And
Understood, sir.
So how are you going to find the cost price? Selling price is cost price 1 plus profit percent. 195 cost price. And this is 1 plus 30% is 130%. Which is nothing but 13 by 10. This is 13 into 15. So cost price comes out to be 150, which I'm writing here. Or the other way would be, if you're good at assuming values, if you assume cost price to be 10, this will be 13. While you make this selling price as 195, I'm multiplying by 15. Okay, if still you have some doubt, you can clear this doubt later. Okay. Vivek?
Yes, sir. Yes, I understood this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gautam, can you explain this question quickly?
Yes, sir. Egan lends ₹1,000 on simple interest to Harsh for a period of 5 years.
5 years, okay.
Yes, sir. She lends a part of amount 2% annual interest and the rest 8% annual interest and received 300 amount of interest.
2%, 8% and received
300.
So she received 300 rupees for how many years? Gautam?
5 years.
5 years. See, the information that is provided to you, 2% annual interest, 8% annual interest per annum. 300 is not your yearly interest. 300 is 5 years interest. So what is 1 year interest?
60.
300 by 5, which is 60 rupees. So on 1000 rupees for 1 year, you are getting 60 rupees interest. You have interest, you have number of years, you have principal. What will be the rate? Simple interest is equal to NP R percent. So R percent is 60 by 1000, which is 6 by 100, which is 6%. So rate is overall rate is 6%. So is everyone able to understand? If I give this 1000 rupees at 6% for 5 years, I'm getting 300. But actually what happened was Kiran lent this 1000 in two varieties or two types. One at 2%, one amount at 2% interest, the other amount at 8%. But had she given directly this 1000 rupees to Harsh, she would have charged 6%. Is this point clear?
Sure.
Okay. Jaspreet, can you tell me what will be the units of average here for our simplification? So right now, percentage, we will not have any units, okay? But with respect to our understanding,
I think
how do you calculate rate? How are you calculating? See, rate, how are you calculating? This is interest and this is what? Principal.
principal, yeah.
So if this is interest upon principal, I'm writing as sum.
Yeah.
So number of samples would be in terms of sum. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is sum 1 and this is sum 2. What is the difference? 2%. What is the difference? 4%. So sum 1 is to sum 2. The ratio is?
1:2.
And total would be?
3.
And you have to make this 3 as, what is the total sum that is invested?
1000.
That is over 1000.
1,000, yeah.
How will you make this 3 as 1000? I'm multiplying the whole ratio by 1000, but I do not need a 3 here. Hence I'm dividing by a 3. So this will also get multiplied by 1000 by 3. This will also get multiplied by 1000 by 3. Is this point clear? This is again an application of ratios.
So I think I lost your audio in the middle.
No, I'm not talking.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm saying if the ratio was 1:2:3, I wanted my sum to be 1000. So how will I make this 3 as 1000? I'll multiply 1000 divided by 3.
Yeah.
1000 by 3 comes here. The same thing, 1000 by 3 comes here. What is the question asking?
How much money did she lend at 2% interest rate? So it's 1,000 by 3. 33.33.
1000 by 3.
Yeah.
33.33. So did any of you solve this question via allegation or the normal approach? Just please.
Normal.
Anyone that went via the allegation approach?
So I went by the allegation method.
Okay. And were you able to find the answer?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. That's very good. Very good, Vatsalya. Okay. Question number 14, Vatsalya, can you explain?
Yes, sir. A man purchased a table and a chair for rupees 2,000. So table plus chair would be
Can this question be solved via allegation? Is it possible?
Yes. Yeah, that's how I did it.
Okay.
He sold the table at a profit of 20% and a chair at a profit of 40%.
See the chair. This is, let's say, 20%. This is 40%.
Yeah.
And what should I write with respect to average per unit?
Average per unit would be
How do you
so I'm not
calculate
sure.
profit? How do you calculate?
Profit is
Cost price.
revenue minus cost price.
How will you calculate profit percentage?
So 2000 into 25, that's what I did. Calculate the
How do you
by cost price.
whatever your profit is with respect to what your investment is? So if you
Okay,
have profit upon cost price, so in the samples you'll get cost price. As in
Yes.
you'll get cost price of the table, cost price of the chair. This is very, very important. Okay, everyone. I'm talking to everyone. This is very, very important. Do not blindly go and just apply algorithm, please. Go on, Vatsalya.
In this way, his total profit was 25%.
Okay.
Find the cost price of the table.
Stop right there. So where should I write this 2000?
So the cost price was 25%. So
Where should I write this information?
please share on the top, so not there, not near 25%.
It should be here now. This tells you what is the total sum. As in this is sum of, as in this is price of table, this is price of chair. This is profit
Yes.
percentage, okay? But this box with respect to the total cost, that is 2000 rupees. no?
Okay.
What is the difference?
So I just want to ask you, okay, yeah, that would be 5 and that would be 15. Like N2 would be 5 and N1 would be 15.
So this will be number of tables is to number of chairs is 3:1. And with respect to the ratio, what is the total?
4.
If the price of one table is 3 rupees and this is 1 rupee, so this is 4 rupees. You want this 4 to be 2000. What will you
2000. 500.
do? Yeah, you were saying something. I'm just writing here 2000 for reference. If this is profit by cost, so this is also cost, and this is total cost. Okay.
No, I got what he's saying, sir, but I have a doubt. Can I go ahead and ask? Like, I did it like I calculated the profit first, and that's how I solved it. Yes.
But how
Put it
did
in
you
the allocation.
but how did you calculate this profit?
So what I did was after I calculated the new profit, I equated it on those bases, and that's how I got the answer to be 15. Like I got 3:1, and then I equated it to the profit percentage, and that's how I got the answer.
But you did not use allegation as in this way.
Like not exactly the way you should. I took out the ratios as 3:1, and then I equated it on the percentage of profit.
Okay, so that's not allegation. That will be just a conventional approach, I would say. Cool. But you got to the
Oh,
answer.
yes. Yeah, I got the answer.
Okay. All right. Cool. So how were the allegation questions, Sanjana? What will be your 3 takeaways from this? What we have explained quickly. Sanjana, if you can hear us. Okay. Samarth, your takeaways?
Yes, sir. So I did not use much of allegation. I tried to avoid allegation because I'm
But
better in conventional.
No, but I have given this question so that you can apply allegation.
Yes, I applied allegations in those questions in which it was required, in which I could easily see that allegation could be used in those questions.
So you rewatch this video and see how I applied allegation. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Going via conventional, yeah, just a second, Sanjana. Going via conventional ways, I think in majority of the times it's the right choice. But let's say if you encounter a question such as this, you may also apply allegation.
Yes.
Yes, Sanjana. 3 takeaways.
Hi, Aman. Sorry, I was not able to hear you at that point. Actually, I kind of struggled with the 13th and the 14th sum. I think I'm still I need a bit more practice in understanding the basics of allegations.
No. If you're looking to find some more basics of allegation, I don't suggest you to. The only thing where you're faltering is you're unable to understand how this is kind of average.
Yeah.
That's the only point. Because
Yeah,
we
exactly.
are solving the question in the same manner, nothing new. You just need to understand this. If you're able to understand this, then it's a cakewalk. So rather than going for the theory, I would suggest you take questions like this and try to apply what we have learned. So whenever let's say I'm mixing alcohol solution, let's say 25% alcohol, 30% alcohol, try to figure out what will be the unit of average. That you should be figuring out first. If I'm saying 25% there's alcohol in some solution, that is, I am saying there is alcohol upon some total weight now. So this is my average. So what will be the samples, number of samples will be with respect to total. This is how I figure it out. Okay, Sanjana?
Yeah.
Okay, so rather you go through these questions again, you solve them, once or twice, and then look for, let's say, 5 or 6 questions based on allocation. Or you can also go through those questions that I have provided in the mixture topic, okay?
Yeah.
And solve them by allocation. That would be a good practice. Okay, all right. Go for this question, Sanjana.
Yeah. So, three positive numbers, X, Y, and Z, have the following relationships. Y is equal to X plus 2, and Z is equal to Y plus 2.
Z is equal to Y plus 2. What is the value of Y?
X plus 2. So we can get Z is equal to X plus 2.
Go on.
When the median of X, Y, and Z is subtracted from
Just a sec. What is the median of X, Y, Z?
X plus 2.
Middle number. As these are 3 positive numbers, this is the smallest, this is the middle number, this will be the largest. So when the median is subtracted
from the product of the smallest number and the median.
This value is subtracted from what?
X into X plus 2.
Product of smallest number and the median. The result is?
0.
Okay, so I'm writing X into X plus 2 is equal to X plus 2. Can I directly cancel X plus 2 and X plus 2 and Y? Sanjana.
So actually I did it in the prime factorization method.
I know. That should be the way to go. The more sensible way would be to take X plus 2 common, then X minus 1 is equal to 0, then value is X is equal to minus 2 or X is equal to plus 1. This should be the way all the time, okay? But let's say you become confident over a period of time and you also understood the fact that these are 3 positive numbers, okay? So whatever you say, this is going to be a positive number, this is a positive number. So it's not 0, right? This will never be 0. So if it was example, I'm just taking an example, X into 4 is equal to 4. I could have just divided or cancelled 4. Are you getting this point? It won't be 0. Since this is non-zero, we can cancel. And hence I cancel.
Yeah, it says 3 positive numbers. So
correct.
It has to be 0.
So the value of X comes out to be 1. So is X is equal to 1 my answer? What is the value of the largest number?
Sir, it will be largest number is X Z, so it will be 1 plus 4, so 5.
1 plus 4, which is 5, which is option C. Very good. Sean, can you explain this question?
Yeah, so can you hear me?
Yes.
So in a certain lottery drawing, 5 balls are selected from a tumbler in which each ball is printed with a different 2-digit positive integer.
So all this question means is, all this information means is there are 5 balls or there are 5 numbers, distinct 5 digit, you have 5 distinct 2-digit numbers, okay?
If the average arithmetic mean of the 5 numbers drawn is 56.
If the average is 56, what is the sum of these numbers? 5 numbers having average 56.
5 into 56, which is
5 into 50, 250 plus 5 into 6, 30, which is 280. Okay. And the
median is 60.
Median is the Middle value?
Third.
280. What is the greatest value? What is the greatest value of the?
That lowest number selected could be.
So you need to find the maximum value of this. In order, see, sum is constant. Sum of these 5 numbers is constant. In order to maximize it, you need to minimize all the numbers.
Minimize the remaining.
So what is the minimum value of these 2 numbers?
So it would be the same as the average, so 60.
60, but the question says these are distinct positive integers.
So 60, okay.
So it should be 61 and 62.
Yes,
What
sir.
will be the value of this? See, this is interesting, this point. What is the sum right now?
183.
What is the total sum?
280.
So what is the remaining sum?
97.
183 plus 7 is 190, and 190 plus 90 is 280, so 97. Okay, you want this value to be greatest, okay?
Yes.
And you want this value, this has to be the greatest value. So if you had to distribute 97 into 2 equal parts, you cannot be what should I say? You cannot be minimizing it first and assigning maximum value to this. Okay, if you are saying that this is 59, example. For example, this is 60, if you're saying this is 59. So what is this value?
58. No, sorry.
38. Okay.
Yeah, sum.
But the values given here, they are 43, 48. That means this number could be minimized. So in this scenario, what you can do is, if you're dividing this 97 into 2 equal parts, then this is getting a maximum value as in a bigger value.
Yes.
You're dividing this into 2 equal parts. So value of each part would be?
48.5.
But as the 2 numbers need to be distinct, what can be the maximum value of this box?
So
48.
48. So this will be 49. Is this point clear? I need to maximize it, hence I am distributing this into 2 equal parts, because this needs to be minimum and this needs to be maximum at the same time, okay? Hence I am dividing this into 2 equal parts and then giving 48 here and just one more here. Important. What should be our answer? 48. I hope it's clear.
So just a question.
Yeah.
If the sum was actually an even number like 98, and when you divided it, it would be like 49, then in that case, how would we decide what value should be?
First of all, stop asking questions that starts with if. 98, so 49, 49, okay? If you are divided and this is 49 and you need distinct. So you minimize it by 1 now.
Okay.
48, so this would be 50.
Okay, perfect. Got it.
Jyotishman, solve this question, question number 3.
Yes, sir. A set of 5 numbers has an average of 50.
What's the sum of these 5 numbers? 5.
So
50.
250.
5 into 50. Sum of all samples, number of samples into average.
The largest element in the set is 5 greater than 3 times the smallest element.
Okay. So let's say the smallest number is S. So what will be the largest?
The largest one will be, sir, 3s plus 5.
3s plus 5. Very good. Read.
Go to the mean. So it is also 50.
Okay. I was unable to hear you. The question said if median of the set equals mean. So mean is 50. So median will also be, median would mean middle value is 50. What is the largest possible value in the set? You want this to be the largest. So you need to
Yes, sir.
minimize this. What can be the minimum value of this? Jyotishman?
Sir, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, it will be S itself.
Will be the smallest value. Okay. What will be the smallest value here? Minimum
Sir, 50.
equal to the median. As there's no information that tells me that these numbers have to be distinct, okay, I can assume this to be equal. There's one more, okay, now we can solve. There's one more way. What is the largest possible value? You know the largest possible value is 3s plus 5, okay? You can just go via options. So 3s plus 5 is equal to 85. So 3s will be equal to 80. So is it your possible answer? 3s equals 80. Is it divisible?
No, sir. No.
And you need integers, right?
Yes.
Okay, there's no such information given, okay, that they have to be integers. So kind of, you can't do it, but looking at, the average is 5 times greater. This comes in point as in decimal. Similarly, if you do 3s is equal to 3s plus 5 is equal to 86. So this comes out to be 81. So s comes out to be 27. Does it satisfy? 3s is equal to 86. S is coming out to be 27. Is it correct or is it incorrect?
So I got SS 29 and the final number is 92.
Sorry, Ethan, I got 92.
Are Baba, I know. I'm saying if we are going by options and if we are saying that, let's say this is 86. 3s plus 5 is 86. So 3s is equal to 81. So s is equal to 27. Is this correct or not? That is what
No, sir. No, sir, it is not.
Because if then
Yeah, Palak, go on.
Possible.
yeah, this will be incorrect because if S is 27, 3s plus 5 will be 86, and we also know about the median is 50. 250 all of this will sum to 42, and the sum of the two values cannot be 42 because otherwise one value won't be greater than 50. So this option will be incorrect, and that's why option E will be correct.
So even if let's say you have gotten the answer here, you need to check whether the sum comes out to be 250 or not. Okay. Just check whether the sum comes out to be 250. Do not go, see, as there is no information given that, S has to be, the smallest value has to be integer, okay, then using options may fail here. All right. Even if you're going via options, do check that the sum of these 5 values is 250. Okay. Otherwise, going conventionally, sum of these 5 numbers has to be 250. So S and 3s is 5s, and this is 105. This is 250. So 5s is equal to 145. So s comes out to be 29. So what is the largest possible value? 3 into 29 plus 5, which is 92. Is this point clear? Shiva Prasad?
Yes.
All right. This is an easy one. Shobna, can you explain? Shobna, if you can hear us. Shayak? Yeah, go on.
Yes. So for the set of positive distinct integers,
Positive distinct.
VWXYZ, the median is 10.
That means this value is 10, correct?
Yeah. Yes. So what is the minimum value of V plus W plus X plus Y plus Z?
Okay, if we are saying positive, if we are saying distinct, what is the minimum value for this?
1.
1.
What will be the minimum value here?
2.
What will be the minimum value here?
11.
Here?
12.
Very good. So what is the sum? 1
3.
plus 2, 3, plus
10,
10, 13, plus 11,
36.
24, plus 12, 36.
36.
You shouldn't have faltered in this question, everyone. Okay, this was not the question where you should falter. This is a good question. So who's going to explain? Palak, can you explain this question?
Sure. Which of the following cannot be the median of 5 positive integers A, B, C, D, E?
Okay.
So I just assumed values.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Or-
So you want A to be the median, okay? Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You want A to be the median. Is it possible? Let's say I'm taking one set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in which the value of A is 3. So can A be the median of these 5 positive integers?
Yes.
Yes. All right. Can D plus E be the median of 5 positive integers? Can you make a case? Okay, make a case.
We can assume all of them to be the same values like 1, 1, 1, 1, 1.
No, but if you're saying if all values are 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, so where is D and where is E? Let's say this is D and this is E. So 1 plus 1 is equal to 2, but is it equal to the median?
Like the 5 values, sorry.
You can take
Say 1, 1, 2.
You can take the same case, no? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
Can be 1 and 2.
Wherein this is D, this is E. So this would be D plus E.
Yeah.
Possible?
Yes.
Okay. Option C.
Option C cannot be possible. For example, in this case, assuming all of them to be the same helped. So
See, yeah. So the problem with option C is right now you're taking sum of 3 numbers. This is your median value. So either you'll be taking 2 values from here and 1 value from here.
Yeah.
Everyone, please try to understand. When I'm saying B plus C plus D, okay, these are 5 numbers. If I'm saying that this value, can the median value be equal to B plus C plus D? Can the median value be equal to sum of 3 positive integers? So whichever 3 integers I'm selecting, either it should be 2 plus 1, either it should be these 2 plus 1. Okay, so example, if I'm selecting these 2 integers, let's say this is B, this is C, and let's say this is D. So B plus C plus D, can B plus C plus D be equal to median? Is it possible? That's my point. See, some of these 2 numbers, B plus C, and you are also adding a value that is greater than the value of median. So definitely B plus C plus D is greater than the median. So can B plus C plus D be the median? Not at all. Okay, you can stop right there. But if you want to check, can you make a case for option D as well, Palak?
yeah, all values the same and yeah.
Let's say this is B, let's say this is C, this is D. Okay.
So
what will be the median? 1 plus 1 plus 1 by 3. Satisfied. Similarly, for option E, can I make the same case?
Same case will work.
Wherein every value is the same. See, there's no information given to me that these 5 integers have to be distinct, and hence I can assume all the integers to be same. So A plus B plus C plus D plus 5 should be equal to the median value. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 divided by 5, which is 1. So this is possible, this is possible. Only option C is not possible. Okay. Jyotishman, you want to say something? Okay, not it. Dipesh, can you explain this question to us?
So we have given these values. So the various prices that a certain product has
How
sold
many
for a
how many
given
values are provided to us? 10 values.
10 values.
The various prices that a certain product was sold is shown. Go for the
How
question.
many prices were greater than the median? But
Okay, just a
price
second. How many prices were the price should be greater than the median? What is the value of median? If there are 10 values,
fifth and the sixth term by 2.
fifth and sixth. What is the average of 12 and 14? 13. But less than the mean price. What is the mean price? You need to find the average. So sum of all samples, 10 plus 11, 21 plus 11, 32 plus 12, 44 plus 12, 56 plus 14, 70 plus 16, 86 plus 17, 103 plus 21, 124 plus 22, 126 divided by number of samples. Sorry, 146.
146.
So it's 146.
146.
146. So 124 plus 22, 146, which is 14.6. So this price should be greater than 13 and less than 14.6. Greater than 13 and less than 14.6. So only one value, which is 14. Question saying how many prices were greater than the median but less than the mean? Only one value. Yeah, I don't think there's a problem with this. Oh, this is a good question. Shashank, can you explain this question? Okay, Nishant, is Nishant here?
Yes, sir.
Nishant, explain this question.
Sure, sir. Positive integers from 1 to 45 inclusive are placed in 5 groups of 9 each.
Okay, there are 5 groups of 9, 4, 5. Okay.
What is the highest possible average of the medians of these 5 groups?
Okay, so you need to maximize what?
The median.
The medians, as in the middle value. So if every group has 9 values, what is this value?
Fifth.
Fifth value. All right. Let's talk about this group, okay? You have numbers from 1 to 45. What can be the maximum value of median?
41.
Yeah.
So to the right of this, you'll have 4 numbers for sure.
Yes.
So 45, 44, 43, 42, 41. We don't care about these values right now, okay? This can be filled like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, as minimum as possible, okay? Say, and why as minimum as possible? Because we want to maximize this value, okay? So we'll be needing maximum values for, let's say, this part. We need maximum values for this part. We need maximum values for this part. We need maximum values for this part. Is my point clear to everyone? Okay. So we have utilized 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. What will be the maximum value here, Palak, in this set?
40.
40. So this will be 39, this will be 38, this will be 37, and this value will be 36. Again, what is the maximum value that can be used here? Again, some minimum values. Let's say 5, 6, 7, 8. Again,
35.
maximum value 35, then 34, 33, 32, 31. If you see the pattern, 41 minus 5, 36. 36 minus 5, 31. 31 minus 5, 26. 26 minus 5, 21. And what is the question saying? What is the? So all these averages you have found out. 21, 26, 31, 36, 41. highest possible average of the medians. This is an AP, right?
31.
Yeah.
So middle term or either average of equidistant terms will give you 31 average. Middle number also gives you the average. So this comes out to be 13. I would say this was a good question. Palak, were you able to solve this question?
No, I got the wrong answer here.
Okay. What went wrong?
I couldn't find this pattern initially, but I understood it now. And
Yeah, but even if you did not find the pattern, you could have calculated this value, right? Let's say I knew here that the next value will be 26 and 21, but even if you calculated this manually, wouldn't have been a problem.
Yeah.
So, but how come we're assuming that it's done chronologically?
Because after that, you're using 5 numbers now.
As in?
See, after this, you're using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No, I'm saying like why are we assuming that each group has 1 to 9, then 9 to 18 or
I'm not saying each group has 1 to 9, 9 to 18. Here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, then 41, 42, 43, 44, 45.
okay. So but then why are we assuming that as well?
Because we are talking about median now. Median, increasing, ascending order.
Okay.
So I think that's what went wrong for me. I chose 1 to 9 and then 10 to 18, and so the answer came out to be 23.
You missed this, no? Highest.
Yeah.
You need to maximize that.
Yeah.
By the normal way, if the question would have asked that would give you maybe the minimum value or maybe closer to minimum value. What you did.
Yes, sir.
This is also a good question. Jaspreet, can you explain?
Yes, sir. So an analysis of the monthly incentives received by 5 salesmen, the mean and median of the incentives is $7,000.
Just a sec. Stop. So median information I've used. How will I use this mean information?
So mean is also 7,000
हाँ,
for
तो
5.
ठीक
Yeah.
है, so how am I going to use that information?
So 35,000 is the sum of all these 5 salesmen.
5 salesmen, average 7,000. So sum of all samples, number of samples into average, which is 5 into 7, which is 35,000. So we have utilized the information. We need not come back to it. Go on.
The only mode among the observation is
Just a sec. Only mode, as in there is only one mode.
one mode.
And what is mode? As explained in the last class, a bit.
So yeah, so $12,000 is like more than once.
Mode is the
Max.
observation that is occurring the maximum number of times.
Yeah.
So 12,000 is occurring the maximum number of times. So how many times can 12,000 occur here? Just a second. Let me ask someone. Do not give the answer. Dipesh, how many times can 12,000 come here?
2 times.
How many times?
2 times. Like after 7,000 faces the survey, so 2 times again.
4 times or 2 times?
2 times. 2 times.
2 times. Okay, since we are talking about median, so the values to the left will be lesser than 7,000 or maybe equal to 7,000, and values to the right should be greater than or equal to 7,000. So, and this data has one mode, that means you will have two 12,000s. Is my point clear? Is my point clear to everyone that you will have two 12,000s?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. Go on. Complete the question.
Yeah. So incentives paid to each salesman were in full thousands.
35,000, 12,000, 6,000, 4,000. Go on.
What is the difference between the highest and the lowest incentive received by five salesmen in the month?
So highest is 12,000. What will be the lowest incentive?
Um,
So what is the remaining right now? 12 plus 12, 24 plus 7, 31,000. This is the incentive. What is the remaining incentive? If the total.
4,000. 4,000 is remaining.
So what can be these values?
So it can be 2,000 and 2,000.
Or it can be?
Or it can be 1,000 and 3,000.
Okay. So why are we not taking this case? Or why should we take this case or this case? Jyotishman,
Yes, sir.
there are two cases that we are getting, right?
Yes. We should take 1,000 and 3,000.
Why not this?
So to maximize the difference.
Who told you to maximize the difference? The question is normally asking what is the difference between highest and lowest incentive?
It will also become mode.
Ah, very good. Very good, Shiva Prasad. If you're saying 2 times 2,000, that means you're saying what is the mode of the set right now? The mode of the set has become 12,000 and 2,000 as well.
Yes.
And the question said the only mode among the observations. That means there is only one mode, and hence this case is rejected.
So I did not get 12,000 being taken twice.
Wrong time to ask this question. So 1,000, 3,000, 1,000 is minimum value, 3,000 is this value, 3,000 is this value, 12,000 is your highest value. So range comes out to be 12,000 minus 1,000, which is 11,000. Option E. Why did you take this 2 times?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because this is the mode. Can you take 12,000 once? Let's say if I'm saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is the mode of this data? What's the mode of this data?
So if all are occurring one time only.
So there's no mode.
No mode.
So if the question is saying the mode is 12,000, that means 12,000 is occurring more than once. So it can occur, let's say, 2 times or 3 times or 4 times. Okay, as there were 4 places. But can 12,000 come here or here? We are talking
No, sir.
about median.
Median
So
is 7,000.
4 times is can't come 4 times, can't come 3 times. So the only case that you're left with is 2 times.
Okay.
Got it? Got it. Alia, can you explain this question?
Yes, sir. The median annual household income in a certain community of 21 households is 50K.
Median is 50K.
Yeah.
And 21 households, so what will be this value? 10 values to the left, 10 values to the
11th.
right. So this will be 11th value.
If the mean annual income of a household increases by 10% per year over the next 2 years. So 10%.
Okay. Go on.
What will be the median income in the community be in 2 years?
Okay. So what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen to the median?
This will increase by
The same percent?
yeah.
Now tell me what is the relationship between median and mean? Generally, Alia?
So this will remain equal.
Who told you that? See, again, you're maybe going through this concept in an AP, median is equal to mean. But who
Yeah.
told you that this is an AP? Median and mean have no relation here. They're not related at all. Are you getting this point? There's no relation. Where is this information which tells you that mean and median are related? There's no information.
I assumed.
Palak, can you provide a reasoning, a solid reasoning?
Sorry, I didn't catch the last part.
Can you provide a solid reasoning why the answer is E?
Yeah, it's not, there can be two cases. If it's like, if they're related in an AP and that is not given here, that's why we cannot assume it, so they're equal. And here median can be any value.
See, and also, even if it's an AP, all right, even if it's an AP, who told us that every sample is increasing? See, mean is increasing, that's one point, okay? But is also every other sample also increasing?
No, it can be any value.
But yes, if the median is increasing and at this point, if all values are also increasing or decreasing in the same manner in which this position is fixed for this, then it may increase via the same percentage. Are you getting this point? Let's say if this value was increasing, but this value was decreasing. Let's say this value was decreasing. So then these values are coming here finally. Their sequence will change now. So 50K ka increase might not come here. Is this point clear?
Yeah.
I don't think it's clear. All I'm saying is not every value is increasing at the same rate. Not every value is increasing by 10% every year. This value, let's say, may increase by 20%. This value may decrease by 10%. This value may increase by 30%.
You mean there's no identifiable pattern here that we can use and get an answer among A, B, or C, D?
Yeah, first of all, there's no relationship between mean and median. And people do assume that they are related somehow. Either someone will think that, if median is increasing by some rate, 10%, then all the values are increasing by the same rate. And hence they'll assume that maybe median will also increase by the same rate. Okay, that's the part wherein most of the student falters.
So, but over here, it says if the mean annual income of a household, which means that all of the households' mean annual income is increasing by 10%. It doesn't say the mean annual income of all the households taken together increases by 10%.
But that's what it means. Mean annual income of a household, or yeah, for more clarity to you, per household, you say. See, average increases by 10% does not, see again, Yasha, you are going the wrong way. I have told you that when every sample increases by, let's say, 10%, if every sample increases by 10, if every sample decreases by 10, then average increases by 10%, then average increases by 10. But did I tell you the other way around? This is your assumption.
Yeah, so I just assumed that if the mean annual income of a household means that each annual income is increasing.
No, mean
So
is
that
increasing. No, see, mean is increasing. Let's say mean was 3 and mean was 4 right now. Okay. But does it mean, let's say 1, 3, 4, and let's say 1, 4, 5. Okay, this was not median, this was mean. Okay, so I'll assume 2, 3, 4, and this will be 3, 4, 5. See here, this is what you're thinking in your mind. That if that question is giving you information that 3 increased by 1, and right now you're assuming that this will go the same way. Are you getting this point, Yasha?
Yes, sir.
But it could have been the case wherein this value is, let's say, 0, 0, and this is 9. And let's say this is 3, this is 4, this is 5. See, this value is decreasing, this value is increasing, this value is increasing. But overall, if you see, the mean is 3 here and the mean is 4 here. But in your mind, you're thinking this case, that if the mean increases, then all the values or all the samples also increase by the same rate or value. But if you look at this case, some samples may decrease, some samples may increase.
Got it, sir.
Yeah, I think I've given more detailed discussion. Go for this question. Not Asta. Jyotishman?
Yes, sir. 150, 200, 250, and n. There are 4 numbers in a set.
All right.
Which of them could be the possible median of the 4 integers? So there are n is an integer.
Okay. So can you please tell me, can anyone please tell me when can you get the maximum value of median? What is the case wherein you get the maximum value of median? Let's say 150, 200, 250. If I'm assuming that the value of n is the greatest, okay?
So
N
the
is the
greatest and the second greatest value should be in position 2 and position 3.
I am saying if this is the greatest value, so the median will be average of this,
Yes.
which is 225. So this is the highest value of your median. Can you make a case wherein the value of median is greater than 225? Is it possible?
No.
No, not possible. And can you find the lowest value of median? Lowest value.
Sorry, n is the first number.
170.
Shiva Prasad,
No.
how will we find the minimum value of median?
Minimum value n can be less than 150. So n 150, 200, and 250. So
Just a
between 150 and 200.
Just a sec. So you're saying that, let's say n is the smallest,
Less
then
than
150 is there, then 200 is there, then 250 is there. Correct?
Yes.
See, if this is the minimum value, as in if n is less than 150, then median will lie somewhere between 150 and 200. So average of 150 and 200 would be 350 by 2, which is 175. Okay, so all the values of median that are between 175 and 225 will be your answer. Let's say you take one more case. Okay, I have taken 2 cases, and let's say if you are not understanding that, sir, why did you take n as greatest and why did you take n as the smallest? Take one more case, I'm saying. Let's say 150, n can come somewhere between 150 and 200, and this will be 250. But will this be the minimum value of median? See, this is lowest value right now is 150. So this value is definitely greater than or equal to 150. So here median is definitely greater, right? Here at least you had a possibility. Are you getting this point? Let's say if the value of n was 180, what would have been the median? 190. Let's say the value of n was 190. What would have been the average? 390 divided by 2, 195. But here you do have a finite, as in a fixed value. So minimum value is this 175 and maximum value is 225. So which of the following could be the median? 175, 215. Is 235 possible?
No.
Not possible. So 1 and 2 only. Is it clear? Vivek, is it clear to you?
Yes, sir, it's clear to me.
All right. Okay. So these are the questions on range. Heath, can you explain the first question?
So did you call for me?
Yes.
Oh, all right. One second. The range of salary in January is $240.
Okay, so whatever the minimum value is and whatever the maximum value is, the difference is what?
$240.
240.
And the salary in February, the range of salary in February is 320.
So what's the difference?
320.
320. Okay. What is the question asking?
The minimal range of the salary for the 2 months combined.
Okay. All right. So let's say, I'm just assuming, you can assume anything. If the minimum value in January is 1, so what is this maximum value? 241.
Right.
So what can be the minimum value in February so that you get the minimum range for the 2 months combined? What can be the minimum value in February?
1.
1. Yeah.
Okay.
See, if you're not sure, you can assume any value. Let's say 100. Okay. So this value would be 420. So right now, what is your range coming? Minimum value, which is 1, and maximum value, which is 420, which is 419. Okay. But can you minimize it this as well? Yes.
Yeah.
What can be the minimum value?
1.
1. So what will be this value?
21.
321. So this is the max value and this is the minimum value. So I'm saying essentially that the minimum value is 1 for both January and February, and the maximum value is 321. So this is taken care of, right? All the values that are between 1 and 241, and also whatever the values are from 241 till 321, they are also taken care of. And this is for the whole January-February period. What is the range?
320.
320. I hope this is clear. You can assume any value that you want.
One question I wanted to ask, like the sum is clear. When we have months given, is it fine, is it fine to assume the days? Like, suppose
No.
January has
No.
right?
No.
Okay.
In this question, not at all. Alia, go for this question.
10 distinct integers are arranged in an ascending order.
Ascending order. Okay.
Yeah.
Distinct also. Important word, distinct.
The range of the first 7 is 25. So
Okay, the first and this is 7th. 7th, first, range is 25.
and that of the last 7 is 30.
Last 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 plus 4. What is this value? As in, what is the difference? 30. This is
What
your
is the
fourth value.
maximum range of the 10 numbers?
Maximum range. So you need to maximize this value and you need to minimize.
Minimize the first value.
You can take any value that you want. See, even if you are taking example I'm giving, even if you are taking this as 10, and let's say if you are getting 100, or let's say you are taking 20 and this comes out to be 110, the range remains the same. Are we clear on this? We need to find the maximum range. So even if you're assuming a value, let's say 10 or a value 20, the difference has to remain same. And this is your range, okay? So you can assume any value to be the minimum value. It says distinct integers, so I'm assuming the value to be 1. You can assume the value to be 2 and you'll get the same answer. If this is 1, what will be this value?
26, and the 10th value will be 31.
And
The
what will be?
fourth would
No. If this is, you need to maximize it. So do not go this way. You minimize this. If this is 26 and these are distinct integers, can you go 25? Can you go 24? Can you go 23? See, if you're going this way, if you're saying this is 27, 28, 29, then you're talking about minimum range, not maximum. This is the maximum value of the fourth number. Yes, you are decreasing the value by 1. As the question says, it has to be distinct. But in a way, aren't you maximizing the fourth value so that you are also maximizing the 10th value? Because fourth and 10th value are related, right? Fourth value plus 30 is 10th value. So one value back, one value back, one value back. So this is the maximum value of the fourth number. So what is the maximum value here? 23 plus 30, which is 53. So what is the range?
52.
52. Even if you are taking a number other than 1, let's say 10 or 5, you solve and you'll get to the same answer, 52. As we are more interested in the range, which is the difference between max and minimum value. We are not interested in finding what the 10th value is. Is it clear to everyone? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is an easy one. Harsh, can you solve this question quickly?
Yes, sir. The list K consists of 12 consecutive integers.
Consecutive integers. Okay, important.
If -4 is the least, first one is -4.
What is the range of the?
Positive integer in the list K.
Okay, so tell me how many negative integers are going to be there?
-3, -2, -1.
4. And there will be a 0, which is your fifth integer. So how many positive values are there?
7.
7. Which is the first? 1. Which is the last?
7.
So what is the range?
6.
7 minus 1, which is 6. So this, everyone should have solved this question. Question number 3. Harsh, go for this question as well.
S is the set that contains number in the form K minus n square.
So numbers in this set are of the form K minus n square. Okay, some information on K and n.
Such that integers 4 is less than equal to K and greater than 7.
Not reading it correctly. Okay, so that K is between 4 and 7, 4 included, and n is greater than 7 but less than equal to 12. What is the
range of number in the S?
Range? So maximum value minus minimum value. Harsh, when will you get, for which value of K and n will you get the minimum value of the element in S? Minimum value. When can K minus n square be minimum? So such that the difference is the least. When can K minus n have the least difference?
4. K will be 4.
No. K maximum n.
K would be 6 and n would be 8. This is the least difference, right? If you are saying 4 and n as 8, so you are saying -4 square. You need to, so what actually we want, what really we want is to find the minimum value of K minus 1 square. So I'm actually minimizing this K minus n. Magnitude of K minus n, I'm minimizing. So 6 minus 8, if I get -2 the whole square, which is 4. But if I'm doing 4 minus 8 the whole square, I'm doing -4 the whole square, which is 16. Okay.
Yes.
So this is the minimum value. And what will be the maximum value? You want this difference, as in you want this something square to be maximum. So what value of K and what value of n can you assume?
6 and 12.
4 minus
4 and
12.
Why can't K be 4? 4 and 12. If you're saying 6 and 12, you're just getting 36. But if you're taking K as 4 and N as 12, you're getting 8 square, minus 8 square to be precise. So 64. So max minus min, 64 minus 4 comes out to be 60. This value is gonna be 60. Who's gonna go for this question? Nishant?
Yeah, so if set M consists of the roots of the equation 2 minus x square is equal to x minus 2 the whole square.
How will you
what
open
is
this?
X minus 2 and x.
No, a minus b the whole square.
Yeah, x square plus
A square minus 2ab,
2ab
which is minus 4x plus
minus plus b square.
which is 4. So minus x square plus x square gives you 2x square. This is minus 4x, and plus 2 when goes to the right gives you 4 minus 2, which is 2. Dividing the equation by 2 gives you x square minus 2x plus 1. And what is this? Even if you do not know, you can just write it as x square minus x plus 1, which is x minus 1 minus 1 x minus 1. So x minus 1 I'm taking common, so I'm getting x minus 1. This is nothing but x minus 1 whole square is 0. So x comes out to be
1.
1. Okay, so set M has only one
value. Yes.
Okay, Jaspreet, set M has only one element. What will be the range? Jaspreet, only Jaspreet will answer.
0.
0, why?
So because it's just one element.
So
Like-
maximum is 1 and minimum is also 1.
Yeah.
Okay, somebody gave 1 as the answer in the last one. That's why I focused on this. Okay, range is going to be 0. Jaspreet, go for this question. Question 6.
So set R contains 7 distinct positive integers.
7 distinct, again important.
Yeah. The greatest possible value of n should be how much greater than the least possible value of n if the range of all elements present in S is not more than 21.
So range has to be less than or equal to 21.
Yeah.
Okay. Following this condition, what can be the greatest value of n? Jaspreet.
So 22.
Yeah.
Are you Jaspreet? Let her answer.
So I think 22.
You think 22, why?
But
Because
the greatest, yeah.
lowest is 1.
Yeah.
And you can have maximum range as 21. So what
21.
can be the value of n? 22.
22.
So that 22 minus 1 is 21. Okay, and nobody answers. Let her answer. Let's talk about the least value of n. Least.
So 7.
When will the value of n be least?
So when, yeah. So if
Just look at these values. When can n be least? What is the least possible value of n?
So 7. No, sorry. 5.
Nikhil?
The least one, I think, the greatest one, the least one.
Alia?
I think it'll be 5.
Alia?
So it'll be
Oh, bhai sahab, not anyone.
Shall I?
Yeah, please. Shiva?
Least value is 2.
It will be 2.
Least value is 2 now.
Yeah, sorry.
If this is 1, and since the question says distinct, then least value will be 2. In this case, what will be the range? This is just an additional question that I'm asking. If n is 2, what is the value of range? Maximum value 14 minus minimum value. So range in this case is 13, which also satisfies this. That range has to be less than 21. So greatest is 22, least is 2. So what is the range?
20.
20. As in, I'm not talking about range. The greatest possible value of n should be how much greater than the least possible value. So 20 greater. So this is not the range, rather the difference between the greatest value of n minus the least value. This is not a difficult question. Tanisha, can you explain?
Positive integers a, b, c, d, and e are such that a is less than b, is less than c, is less than d, is less than e.
So they are
If
arranged in ascending order. Okay.
Hmm,
They're
yeah,
positive.
if the average of the 5 numbers is 6,
That means the sum is number of
sum
samples
is 30.
average, which is 30.
D minus b is 3.
A, B, C, D. So D,
Yeah, D.
B. So there's a difference of 3, right? If this is
3.
D, E, E. What is the,
What is the greatest possible range of 5 numbers?
if they are positive, so what is the minimum value of this?
1.
1. What will be this value?
This would be 2.
So this value will
And
be,
D would be 5.
we want to maximize it. So we are minimizing all the values. What is the minimum value?
Yeah, 3. 3.
So 8 plus 2, 10,
11.
11, and
19.
30. So this would be 19.
19, yeah.
So what is the greatest possible range?
18.
18 minus 1. Sorry, 19 minus 1.
18, yeah.
Do not mark this answer, okay? Because you found this. Please read the question, greatest possible range. 19 minus 1, which is 18. Option C is the answer, not option D. Nikhil, can you go for this question?
Yes, sir. The average arithmetic mean of a list of 8 different positive integers is 23.
So what will be the sum?
8 into 23.
Which is 23 into 4 is 92. So 23 into 8 would be
190.
90.
180. Which of the following is the greatest possible range of this list of numbers?
If you want range to be maximum, you need this number to be minimum.
1. Yeah.
So all the numbers will be 1, 2, 3, and we want positive, different, positive. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How will you find the sum quickly without calculating? Is this an
average?
Is this
Yes, yes. So 7 plus 1 by 4.
the number of terms into average of equidistant terms? And this is your middle term.
28.
So if this is 28 and the total is 184, what will be this value?
184 minus 156.
So what will be the range?
155.
155 B.
Minus 1, which is 155. Okay.
The answer is given as C. Sir.
Okay, I've changed it.
Okay.
Okay, I've changed. Yes. Okay, coming to standard deviation. Shiva Prasad, can you explain this question?
Yeah. Let S is a set of distinct positive integers. The standard deviation of set S must increase.
Must increase. Okay, please understand this information. It has to increase in all the cases. Now, if which of the following were to occur? Go on.
The smallest number is increased to become equal to the median.
Okay. Can you find a contradictory case to this? Smallest number is getting increased to become equal to the median. Just giving an example. let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is the mean? Sorry, what is the median here?
Both are same. 3.
3. Mean is equal to median here. Now, if you increase the smallest number to become equal to the median, okay, what are you doing? First of all, what will happen? In order to calculate standard deviation, we calculate the mean. So mean is 3 right now. Okay. What will be the new mean? New mean, I'm asking. Right now, the series has become 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. Can you get an approximate value of mean? You shouldn't be doing this while you are solving this question. I'm just explaining for the sake of explanation. What will be the mean? Calculate. 5 plus 3, 8 plus 4, 12 by 12 plus 5, 17. 17 by 5 would be 3.4. 3.4. So mean has not changed that much. But with respect to this mean, let's say 3.4. This value is 2, this value is 5. And with respect to 3, this value was at a distance of, let's say, 2. This value is at a distance of 2. So can you tell me whether the standard deviation has increased or decreased? Values were more scattered earlier. Values are more closer now. So has the standard deviation increased or decreased?
Decreased.
Decreased. Go for statement 2.
The smallest number is increased to become larger than the current largest number.
Okay. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you have increased this number to become, let's say, 100. So in this particular case, will the standard deviation increase or decrease?
It will increase.
It will increase. So shall I just mark statement 2 as correct?
No.
No, sir.
No. Why?
Because the value could be 6 also.
See, I have increased this a lot. But what if I have just increased this value to be such that it's just greater than 5? For example, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this value has been increased by 5 to give 6. Okay, just breathe. If the standard deviation of this set is sigma, what is the standard deviation of this set? Just breathe. Just breathe, or Sanjana, Samarth, Shayak.
Value will be equal to sigma.
Why?
It will remain same because each digit has been added by 1.
You can say that, see, every sample is getting increased by a 1 here. So standard deviation remains the same. Okay. So is it increasing in case number 2? In case number 1, which we assumed it was increasing, but case number 2, it was not increasing. Eliminate. Case 3, you assume this set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Largest number is doubled. So even if the mean is increasing, the gap, the data is more scattered right now as compared to this data. So whatever standard deviation of this set was, this standard deviation, the new standard deviation would be greater. Statement 3. Statement 3 on. Okay. Good question for conceptual understanding. You can solve this question easily. Spelling. Sai Sindura.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah, can you explain?
A list of 50 data points has an average of 20 and a standard deviation of 10.
All right. Let's say mean is 20, standard deviation of 10. Okay.
Which of the following pairs of data, when added to the list, must result in a list of 52 data points with a standard deviation less than 10?
Okay, let's say this list. Okay, mean. I'm not saying that mean is here. Okay, I'm just writing that mean is 20. And it has a standard deviation equal to 10. So whatever values that you are adding, in which case, and you also know that standard deviation is what? Sum of all the deviations divided by what? Sai?
Number.
Number of samples. So yes, number of samples are increasing. But can you think of a case? Can you think of a case wherein standard deviation has to be lesser in the new case? When
Yeah.
can it happen? When the value that you have selected or when the values that you are selecting is the mean itself?
Is yes. 20 minus 20 is 0.
So here, with respect to the earlier case, 2 more things will get added, but as you are selecting a value that is equal to mean, it would be 20 minus 20 and it would be 20 minus 20. So sum remains the same, but number of samples got increased.
Yes. It will be 52.
So rather than looking at every option, you need to check those options that are near to the mean. Mean is 20. I'm not saying mean is here. Mean ka value is 20. You need to check for those answer choices that are really close to mean. See, if you're looking at 30 and 40, they're away from the mean. 10 and 30, away from the mean. 0 and 20, again away from the mean. 0 and 10, again away from the mean. So in this case, you definitely have a standard deviation less than 10.
That's right.
So option D. Very good. Go for this one as well, Sai.
If a certain sample of data has a mean of 24 and the value 31.
I'm saying, let's say this is mean 24.
And the value 31 is more than 2.5 standard deviation from the mean.
So if this was the mean, and let's say this is how we denote mean, and let's say if this was standard deviation, this was also standard deviation. So this was the data within one standard deviation, correct?
Yes.
Data within one standard deviation. So just to the right of this, what will be this data to the, this is the point of, with respect to mean, this is my second standard deviation. Question says the value 31 is more than 2.5 standard deviations from the mean. So with respect to m, there is one value which is, I'm writing it here, with respect to m, there is one value which is 1.5 times d. Okay, this value is m plus 1.5 times d. And this value 31 is more than this value, correct? That means 31 lies to the right of this value. So can I say 31 is more than m plus 1.5 d? Is this point clear to everyone? Okay. What is the value of m? 24. So 7 is greater than 1.5 times d. So d, I'm writing like this, d comes out to be 7 divided by 1.5, which is 70 by 15. So 15 fours are 60. Have I done it correctly? 7, sorry, 2.5 standard deviation. I'm sorry, 2.5 standard deviations. So this is 25 by 70. So 25 twos are 50. Point 25 eights are 200. Okay. So final value comes out to be d should be lesser than 2.8. Which of the following could be the standard deviation? D has to be less than 2.8. 2.8, no. No. D has to be less than 2.8. This value, no. This value, yes. Okay. So you just needed to figure out this. Nothing great with this question, okay? Yeah, this question, I think everyone should have solved. Jyotishman, go for this one.
The list above shows the weight in grams of 12 plants grown in an experimental greenhouse. The standard deviation of the weights is 9.
Okay. The value of D is given, standard deviation 9.
How many of the 12 plants are more than 1.5 standard deviations above the mean?
Okay, so the value that you are selecting right now has to be greater than what?
More than
1.5 standard deviations. What is the value of mean? You need to calculate it from here. 12 samples are there. 2 plus 3, 5, plus 3, 8, plus 4, 12, plus 6, 18, plus 8, 26, plus 12, 38, plus 15, 53, plus 18, 71, plus 21, 92, plus 24, 116, plus 8, 28, 144 divided by 12, which is 12. So mean comes out to be 12. Standard deviation is 9. So 15 nines are 135. So this is 13.5. So this value comes out to be 12 plus 13.5, 25.5. So this value needs to be greater than 25.5. How many values are there that are greater than 25.5?
Only one.
Only one. Okay. This is an application of mean plus standard deviation. Okay, good. Were you able to solve this question, Jyotishman?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. This could also be solved. Whom should I ask? Palak?
Yes, 500 records have a distribution that is symmetric about the mean 10. So
Let's say, so this is my diagrammatic representation, okay? Mean is here, mean is 10, and 500 records have a distribution that is
symmetric.
What does it mean?
Equal values below and above the mean. Equal number of values.
Above or, yeah. As in, if there are 100% of the values, so 500%, sorry, 50% to the left and
50% to the right.
okay.
If 68% of the distribution lies within one standard deviation of the mean.
Just a sec. So we know that if this is plus D and if this is also plus D, this is the data within one standard deviation, and this data is 68%. And with respect to mean, the data is spread symmetrically, right? So what about this stretch and what about this stretch? How much data will be here and here?
34, 34.
34%, 34%. Okay. And this, if this was M, this is plus D. Standard
And
deviation is 2. So this is 12 and this is 8. So then
how many of the records are less than 12?
Okay. So if you are going to the left of 12, how much percentage can you see? See this total till here to the left of mean, this total was how much percentage? 50% overall. And here, what is the percentage?
34. So total 84%.
Total 84%. 84% of what?
Of the total number of records, which is 500.
Very good. I do not know 84% of 500. Either I can do 500% of 84, which is 5 times of 84. So 5 into 80 is 400 plus 5 into 4 is 20. This gives me 400 plus 20, which is 420. Is this point clear to everyone?
Yes.
Could you explain the 18 and 12 part? That's just that.
8 and 12.
Yeah, where did you get? Yeah, 8 and 12. Sorry.
This is your mean. What is the value of mean? 10. When I'm talking about data within one standard deviation, this is plus D and this is also D. You're going to,
Yeah.
what is the value of D? 2.
Oh, okay.
So you're going
Got
2 units left to the right and 2 units to the left. Okay. This is also a good question. Good question for practice.
One question in the just a follow-up question on the previous. So it means normal distribution and symmetrical are the same things, right? When it comes to these type of questions.
Yes, you can say that. You can say that.
Yeah, okay.
Again, this can be a good question to practice, but I'm unsure whether this could be asked in the examination. Okay. I've chosen this question for practice purpose and also its solution was good. Okay. So once you are done solving this question, go through its solution. That will help. Okay, so cool. Okay, Tanisha. Good night. Yeah. Can someone read the question? Asta, can you read it for us?
Yeah. A set of 12 test scores has an average of 500
Average of 500. Okay.
and a standard deviation of 50.
And let's say this is 50. So there's an increase of 50. There's an decrease of 50. So this will be the data within one standard deviation. Okay. Do you remember what is data within one standard deviation?
Yes, sir.
So, okay, if you remember, I have taken this example, and I've asked you to find what is the data within one standard deviation. Could you please tell me what was the result? What was the answer to this question? Anyone?
3/5.
Yeah, very good, man. So 60%. Okay, and this may change. Okay, but as you see in the symmetrical wala case, it is 68%. Right now you see 60%. So this is our assumption, okay? This might not always be true, but let's say in 90% of the cases, yeah, data within one standard deviation, there will be majority of data that will be within one standard deviation. Let's say it is greater than 60%. So majority of the data will lie here. Is this point clear to everyone? Majority of the data. I'm not saying 100% of the data will lie here, but majority of the data will lie here. Okay. Read the question further.
Which of the following sets of additional test scores, when combined with the original set of 12 test scores, must result in a combined data set with a standard deviation less than 50?
Less than standard deviation less than 50. Right now, standard deviation is 50. Okay. Please tell me what value should I choose? And do you remember I've also said if we are adding some values that are within one standard deviation, as in closer to the mean, then there are high chances that the new standard deviation will decrease. If you are choosing a value that is greater than, let's say 550, let's say 800, or let's say lesser than 450, let's say 300, standard deviation will increase. So whatever the option choices that are given, you need to find an answer choice wherein the data is very close to the mean. This is the point of giving this question. Okay, right? In the first question itself, here also we chose the value that was closer to mean. Here also in the first case, as the data, as you know, the smallest value got shifted towards or closer to the mean, standard deviation decreased. Same application, okay, in a different way, same application. So what can be the answer choice? What could be the possible answer choice?
B.
B, yeah.
Average is 500 and standard deviation is 25. So essentially it's like this. Our original data is, let's say if all of our original data is here between 550 and 450, this tells me option B, 6 test scores with an average of 500. So average is also 500 for these test scores. So they are on the mean and a standard deviation of 25. So they are lying somewhere here. This is what I'm saying. So aren't these values too closer to the mean?
Yes.
So they will definitely result in a data set of standard deviation lesser than 50. So this will be your answer. But I suggest you go through the solution of this. Very nicely explained in the solution. Okay, that will clear some of your concepts related to standard deviation.
So the second part of the options, which is standard deviation, is 50, 25. We are not really taking that into account. Right?
Yeah, so that is what I'm saying. Right now, for your original, what is given originally, so you can deviate with respect to 500, you can deviate 50 units to the right and 50 units to the left. With respect to option choice B, you can deviate only 25 units to the right and left. So whatever your data is very close to your mean.
Right.
That is what it is saying. And our assumption here is all the data or almost all of the data lies within one standard deviation. Okay, this is our assumption.
Okay. Got it.
Cool. I would say with respect to concept, when you read the solution, it will make more sense and you will find the solution helpful. This is also a good question. Sanjana, can you explain this question?
Which of the following sets has a standard deviation greater than the standard deviation of set A?
So set A, 10,
Set A
28, range is 18. All right. Go for
Set B,
mhm.
set B, which consists of the first 10 positive integers.
1, 2, 3 till 10. Just by looking at this, can you please tell me for which set the standard deviation will be higher between set B and A?
Set A.
Set A, as the data is more scattered.
Scattered.
Here the data is more closely associated. The standard deviation is not greater. Go for statement 2.
Set C, which consists of the first 10 positive odd integers.
So 1, 3. What will be the 10th positive integer with respect to this? Sanjana, explain with, as in give proper logic. How to find the 10th positive odd number. Alia, Astha, Dipesh. Hanji Sanjana, give something.
I just calculated in the normal way, like 1, 3, 5.
A plus n minus 1 into D.
Or
9 gaps.
The number of
9
jobs.
gaps.
Yeah, let
Each gap 2.
Yeah, let Shiva speak. Yeah, Shiva, go on.
Total 9 gaps will be there. Each gap will
Yeah, see, this is again AP now, Sanjana. 1, 3, 5, 7.
Yeah.
So if this is your first term, this is your 10th term.
10
How many gaps?
terms.
How
So
many?
there'll be 9 gaps. Yeah.
Each gap is of 2. So 9 into 2.
9
So
into
1
2.
plus 18, this is 19. Also, if you see this 10 to 28 and this is 1, if you, let's say, if you're subtracting 9 from each term, this is, let's say, standard deviation for this is sigma. If you're subtracting 9 from each term, this becomes 1, 3, 5, and so on. So this is nothing but the same series.
Yeah.
So does this have a greater standard deviation? No, actually
No.
they have
Yeah.
equal standard deviations. Okay, go for set D, Sanjana.
Yeah. Set D consists of the first 10 prime numbers.
Okay, so prime numbers prime numbers are not scattered, as in these are, consecutive increase, as in AP. This is also AP, but this will not be in AP. 2, 3, 5, 7. Now it's increasing. 11, 13, 17, 19, and so on. So as you can see, the range of this will be greater with respect to this. Right now, the range is 28 minus 10, which is 18. But as you can see, after 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
The last will be 29.
Last will be 29. Okay. Forget about last. Even if you think of this is 19 minus 2. Okay, 17. And this is
17.
18. So this is definitely going to increase.
Greater
Data is,
than scale.
your data is more scattered.
More scattered.
So
SD will
standard
be
deviation
more.
of set D
Will be more.
should be greater than standard deviation of set A. Set D only. Good.
Sir, it wasn't required to calculate this, no? I mean, first two are wrong, so the third one should be right.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes.
That's how I.
Yes. Right now, I'm mostly focused on, giving you a conventional approach. But once you solve these questions again, you can follow any approach that you want. Okay. Go by options, go by using smart numbers. You go whichever way you want. Which of the following
Does
sets? Yes.
range tell us anything about standard deviation?
Yeah.
Greater the range. Does it mean greater the range, greater the standard deviation?
Yes, mostly.
Okay.
But also remember, Samarth, do not blindly remember this.
Yes.
Right now, what I did here, we had a range of 18. We also had a range of 18 here. But for my simplicity, in order to make my life simple, I subtracted this and then compared it. Okay.
Yes.
So yes, you can look at the maximum data point, minimum data point, and have an idea of standard deviation in terms of comparing. Okay, that you can definitely do. But do not make everything a rule. Okay. Generally, it is true. Generally, it is true. Which of the following sets must have the same standard deviation as this? See, right now, what we are doing here is, I think this was ABC and we have multiplied by B,
Multiply by B.
which may change the standard deviation.
Multiplication change by B.
So this is, and the second is A plus A, B plus A, C plus B. We are adding different elements to different samples. I don't know whether they have the same standard deviation or not. Similarly, here, can I find any logic?
Plus and minus one.
No, no logic.
Here you're doing plus A minus A. I don't know what's happening. Here also, I'm not multiplying by a same number. Okay, let's say A, B, C. Here there is A, B. Here there is B, C, A, C. No, as in I could not find any logic. But here, if you see, this is A into B plus C. This is A into B plus A. Let's say this has a standard deviation sigma. And this is A into B plus B. All right. If I subtract, let's say this has a standard deviation sigma 1. If I subtract AB, will it change my standard deviation?
No.
Sigma 1. So ABC has standard deviation sigma. So this is also ABC. So this should also have the standard deviation as sigma. So same standard deviation, option E. Option E will be your answer. Cool. This ends our discussion.